Newish feature number 1, some changes in the way we work with dimensions. So you will know, if you are using dimensions, that you can place restrictions on how dimension values are applied to specific master records. So a master record would be a customer, a vendor, an item, a location, a general ledger account, a bank, etc. The trouble, though, in the past was that we could only specify one value. So we could say, for example, that customer A can only buy from region number 1. And that was it. Or we could say they're allowed to buy from any region, but we have to always enter a region. Now it worked okay, but it was a little bit restrictive. The other challenge that we have had is that on the screens you could only view, on the transaction screens, you could only really see the global dimensions, of which there were only 2. And you couldn't really filter on those dimensions very easily. Now both of those things have changed. So if we go into an account, I'm going to pick this particular one, and I'm going to open it up, and I am going to go here, and I'm going to go to my dimension menu. What we can now do is we can specify a restriction of multiple values for this that the customer can have when we trade with him. So if I make this value code mandatory, click here, I now have a list of my areas, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to basically select all of them and set disallowed. Select all, set disallowed. They're all now clear. And then I will go and turn on the specific areas that this customer may be used with. So I'm going to select only the European areas. And what I expect to find now is that if I try to post a transaction for this customer using a different area value, so other than 30 or 40 or 50, you'll see that it uses the conventional Business Central filtering protocol, I should get an error. So to illustrate, I have already captured a sales journal for my customer. And there it is. This is my customer. I'm going to just scroll along to the right a little bit. Here is my area code. I have not specified one at this point. If I try to post, it should give me an error. Yes, it does. Telling me that I need a dimension number 1. I have to put something in, and then that I do need to select a specific value. So if I now go and let's deliberately go and choose North America 70, try and post again, still got an error. Let's go back to what we're allowed to use, which is 30, and post, and happily it has now posted. Then the second thing I wanted to quickly show you, I'm going to use my general general ledger entries for this. So we now have an option to filter on dimensions and multiple dimensions. So anything that is set there, not necessarily just the global dimension. So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to say I want to filter on the area, and I'm going to say I want to look at area 30. And this of course is a filter, so I could say area 30 or 40, etc., or 30 to 50, something like that. And I can also set some filters on the department. That is a global, so that's not really an issue anyway. And perhaps my customer group. And let's see what we have here. Let's say I only want to see the large customers. Say OK and close, and it will now filter my transactions down to show me only those that match these particular dimensions. Not a new feature, but a newish feature. And perhaps you haven't noticed this before. So hopefully you can get to grips with it and it will be useful to you in your everyday job. Watch out for the next exciting episode, and cheers for now.